Hey everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Environmental Station Alpha. So, a couple of things to report. First of all, we are now officially at 102% completion of the game. Okay. Not sure what pushed me over the 100% mark, really, because last time I checked it was exactly 100, and, well, I expected it to stay that way because, I guess I just assumed the outpost being something that was added later, which does not count toward completion, but never mind. I guess maybe it does? Anyway. So, yeah, that's a thing, apparently. So we'll see how far that will go eventually. Now, what I did... Okay, no map here. What I did was, as I said I was gonna do, I, activated every single upgrade individually and translated or transliterated the clue that I got. And as should probably not come as any kind of surprise, there are some peculiarities. So first of all, the first thing that I just find weird and surprising, and that I don't know if there's any particular meaning to it, but there probably is that they're just not in the order you would expect. I mean, they mostly come, in order. First sign, well, it starts with the second sign, that's for one. Then the third, but then it's not the fourth, but the 13th one. I think those I actually translated on camera last time. And then it goes mostly in order, but there are some outliers. And most interestingly, one of the upgrades does not actually produce a clue. I have not checked out what it does produce instead, because it's very clearly something else, and obviously I'm going to do that on camera. But I do have 13 clues total. Number 8 is the one that's missing. And I also noted which upgrade corresponds to which clue, just in case there's some meaning to it. Now, the kind of good news is that I have a decent idea for most of the clues what they're referring to. Of course, I can't be sure until I check, I suppose. The not-so-good news is that one of the clues says, and I think that might be one that is that... Actually, I'm not sure now. No, I don't think so. No, I don't think I got that one, or translated that one on camera. But clue number 9, or, the 9th sign, it says, is nearby on a pointed pillar next to almost certain death. And that sounds like one of those crystal spires by the death laser. I mean, nearby has to refer to in this area, right? Next to almost certain death? Yeah, I mean, that sounds like it would be over here. Presumably here? Or it could be the small one on the left. I did try standing on both of these just because I wanted to see... Because, I thought, is it just stand there? Like I guess in that one case where we had to stand under the moon to trigger something. I tried holding down, holding up. I tried activating only the corresponding upgrade, corresponding everything but the corresponding upgrade. And so on and so forth. And nothing seemed to do anything. So either this is not actually correct, or I just don't know what to actually do in those locations indicated. Now, again, there is one of the upgrades produces something other than a clue, and I hope that has something to do with it, because otherwise, I guess I'll just have to go ahead and check out some of the other places, and maybe it'll become clear what to do. Maybe it's something different you have to do in every place. Anyway, long story short, so I guess, okay, first of all, the first sign, which is not the first one, or not the one that you get with the first upgrade, the jump booster, the first one is actually the map. Map is... rough map, yes. Map corresponds to the first clue, and that says, is at the center of a submerged arena. Well, that sounds like the water boss, the Serpent S or Serpent 5. I think it's called Serpent 5, right? I mean, that's where I'm going to check first. The other submerged arena... Actually, well, there's another submerged arena. That's where you fight the jellyfish. And then there's, technically, I guess, the boss fight with the Plague Hive on the derelict ship. That was also, at least in the final phase, underwater. So that's another possibility. But, I mean... Yeah, the center of a submerged arena sounds like the big boss arena with where we fought the serpent. All those many moons ago. Well, then next we have activated by Jump Booster. The clue that we already saw. Stands in front of creature long forgotten. I don't know. I had that association with the fake Chozo statue because, well, or maybe some other statue. Maybe the statue up on the ledge where you teleport to this place. Because a creature long forgotten. Yeah, I don't know. That's my best bet at this point, but that's kind of vague. Could be something completely unrelated. The third one, which is triggered by the, well, I call it grapple, hookshot, whatever, is on metal at the first steps on the road one can never complete. Now that one, yeah, road one can never complete. Obviously, I immediately jumped to this infinite corridor trap here, but there is no metal there, and I don't know if that's, I don't know what that could be, because as soon as you take, well, I suppose the first step, you can still leave, so long as you don't scroll too far to the right in that corridor, right? So technically, you can take a first step, but you can never complete that. But there is no metal there, so I don't know. Maybe I'll give it a try as soon as I know what to actually do with these clues. Yes, if it does not refer to the infinite corridor, the road one can never complete. Yeah, I don't know. That's a mystery. That one is definitely probably the biggest mystery on the list. Anyway, moving on. Next up we have clue number 4, or yeah, clue number 4 is triggered not by teleport access, but by the propeller upgrade. We skip one, basically. And that one says, is on a ledge over water under a glass dome. Now, there are only so many glass domes in the station. So I'm hoping that one's going to be relatively easy to find. I mean, there are glass domes over the jungle sector, of course, but there isn't really much water, or really any water. There is some acid, I guess, an acid pool. I'm assuming, although I really don't remember exactly what it looks like there, but I'm assuming that the top of the ocean sector might also have a glass ceiling. I hope so. I mean, part of it is the boss arena, of course. That's almost at the very top. We'll see. I guess I'll check out those places. And there's a glass dome over the over part of the temple as well. I mean, basically the entire top of the station, right? That makes sense. So I guess I'm gonna check out those places and see which ones have water and have a ledge. Or maybe I'm actually. Oh, you know what? There are some more things that might be described as glass domes, actually, like where the teleporter to the derelict ship is, and possibly on the way to the diskette in the ocean sector, where you also go through some glass tubes and maybe underneath some glass domes. Basically, where I went last time to find that weird creature. So maybe there are a couple more places, but I mean. It can't be in the interior of the station, basically, right? Glass domes have to be on the outside somewhere, and there are only so many places to check. So I feel like that's going to be findable. Next up we have the charge, which gives us is hidden away above a vertical power. A vertical power. I was thinking of, some force fields that are going vertically, like there is one on the leftmost edge of the jungle sector, past that plant boss. There are some sections with vertical currents, basically in the underwater section. There's also the elevator, which is vertical and a powered thing. Otherwise, yeah, that one's also a little bit puzzling, but at least I have a couple of ideas that I can check. And by the way, just to make that clear, I am absolutely prepared to just look up solutions if I'm just completely stumped, rather than, randomly, aimlessly wandering across the entire station, not even sure what to look for in some cases. I'm gonna be happy enough if I can figure out most of them. But I also want to finish this game sometime this century. Well, it's not going to be finished sometime this year, because, well, as I'm recording this, by the way, just to put things into perspective, it's still 2022. when you're seeing this, it's definitely 2023. So yes, this is recorded pretty far in advance, just because I've been playing a lot. Been, somewhat obsessed with this game recently. So any hints you might give me will be too late. So, if I'm getting some sort of help, I'm going to have to look it up online. Of course, I want to limit that to the absolute minimum, but I'm not above seeking help if I would otherwise just be stuck and get frustrated and waste a lot of time, Just saying that. Anyway, moving on. Dash Booster gives us... Wait, we were at Propeller, Charge, Dash Booster, yes. Gives us clue number 6, is in a mass of sand on a plant under siege. I think that's in the pit with the where we saw the first indestructible sandworm. That is a sand pit, and I think the structure you climb on to, leave that room is actually a plant of some sort. So I'm guessing it's there. Otherwise, there aren't really that many sand pits, so that one should be easy. And plant under siege, I think there's a plant, and there is definitely the huge worm flailing around, so that sounds appropriate enough. Then we have the suit, yes, which gives us, is at the bottom of the world. I mean, that seems pretty obvious. There's really only, the very bottom of the station. That's where we fought the security bot. So it pretty much has to be there. Then, actually, we have nothing, no clue number 8. At least, not yet. Maybe there is a way to get that, but it's not revealed the same way everything else is. So we skip number 8. Then we have, not the key card, but we have Dash Booster V, yes, for clue number 9. Is nearby on a... Oh, that's the one, yeah. Is nearby on a pointed pillar next to almost certain death. I mean, that does sound like those crystals. I probably just don't know what to actually do to, well, activate the signs or whatever. So, yeah, that's my best bet there. It's one of the pointy pillars, the crystal pillars in this area, almost certainly. Otherwise, what would nearby mean, right? Then we have triple shot? No. Yeah, we're skipping the map. That one gives us clue number 1, as I said. Then we have triple shot for clue number 10. Is at the circular window to the vastness of space. That one I'm not immediately sure. There's that observation platform. That's one thing I was thinking of, which is a little, partial glass sphere on the derelict ship. And that's a kind of a circular window. It's an almost spherical window. Otherwise, I'm not sure. It could be somewhere else entirely. That's one of those things where, I mean, I've definitely seen it at some point. Obviously, I've seen almost the entirety of the station at this point. If not the entirety. But I don't remember specifically like a circular window somewhere. I don't know. I mean, if so, either it's been a very long time since I've seen it, or it's just I've just never paid much attention to it, as a detail in the background. That one, it seems pretty explicit hint, but I just don't remember is the problem. So maybe, hopefully, I'll see it on the way to somewhere else. I am gonna check the ship, I suppose, even though it's gonna be a bit of a pain to get to. Actually, it is gonna be a pain to get to, isn't it? Oh well. There's gonna be a lot of backtracking either way, so I suppose I might as well. And so long as I don't save on the way to some of the more faraway locations, I can always, if it turns out to be not to lead to anything, I can always just quit and reload. So at least I can save myself the trip back if it's nothing. Anyway, but we'll deal with that when the time comes. So that's triple shot. Then we have Dash Booster X, actually. I suppose this is where things aren't really quite in order anymore. For clue number 11, is on the spot of what was stolen. Okay, that one's pretty obvious, and that's also where I thought, wait, I mean, that's what was stolen was actually the Dash Booster X, right? Oh no, never mind, that was the supercharge. I'm dumb. Okay. Yeah, no, in that case, there might not be any sort of location, any sort of connection between the item that triggers the description and the location of the clue. Yeah, never mind. It's the other one. Right. So Dash Booster X gives us points to the location of where the supercharge module would have originally been, I suppose. Yeah. So that seems quite obvious. Next up, we have the teleport axis. Right. For clue number... Oh, that was 12, not 13. My bad. Yes. Is where eagles dare. I mean, somewhere high up. Maybe where the eagle is, that's where I'm going to start. Otherwise, somewhere high up in the top section of the station, right? In the jungle. Maybe, again, somewhere on the cliff with the pillars and the statue. In the temple. But there should only be so many very high places, right? So, yeah, basically it has to be on some ledge high up somewhere, only accessible by flying. Then we have the supercharge pointing to clue number 13, or giving us clue number 13, is on an overhang above advised to be patient. Advised to be patient. Honestly, I don't remember this. Unless, of course, there is some sort of clues to be found somewhere, but I must have missed it, because I definitely don't remember anything of the sort. But maybe there is a clue as to, you know, to wait under the moon or something. Because that's what I did. I think at some point I said that I thought I pressed up or down, but it was neither of those things, actually. You just stand there, and the floor crumbles after a few seconds. And that seems, you know, that seemed completely random at the time. It was a complete fluke that I discovered that. But so far, all of the secrets have had a hint somewhere, right? I mean, or everything that's actually hard to find has been hinted at somewhere. So I'm assuming that there must be some hint toward that as well, because that would otherwise feel extremely random, right? And that's basically how you start the entire sequence, the entire super secret sequence in the first place. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just a computer that I thought I interacted with, but actually didn't, or something. Or I did read about that clue, super early in the game, and I just had no idea what to do with it. That's very possible. Either way, I have no idea where this overhang and clue might be. So that's another one that maybe I'll just look it up, because I feel like it's something I probably came across at some point and I just forgot. Just like the circular window, you know, that doesn't seem like it should be, like it's supposed to be difficult. But we'll see. And then finally, we have the key card giving us number 14, which is actually named, which is called the final sign, is at ancient ruins covered by glass. Now, that sounds like that one section in the top of the temple with a broken or partially broken glass dome. What else could it be? It's literally ancient ruins covered by glass, so that's where I'm going to go for that one. So yeah, that I didn't really count, but I want to say that that most of them, I'm relatively sure I have the solution. Or at least a very good idea. And a handful of them, not so much. Now, did you spot which upgrade is missing? Or was missing? It's the, not triple shot, it's the plasma field. Now, if we activate only that one, something different happens. This happens. Also, the way this clock works is 1 is at the bottom, and then it goes counterclockwise. So this is 2, this is 3, and so on. All the way up to 14. And, you know, at the top, the one that doesn't correspond to, or doesn't have a corresponding item, is number 8, and that's the clue that's missing. But when you activate Plasma Shield, you know, you have the hands pointing, you know, to both sides of it, in a way. So, still kind of pointing at the 8, but yeah, this is very different looking from everything else. Yeah, this is also very different looking from the clues we got. Face, hello? Okay, we got enemies here. Not sure if I'm allowed to use... Can you please die? Okay, thank you. Not sure if I'm allowed to use any other upgrades in here. I should probably try that. Because only the plasma shield is kind of rough. Especially since there do seem to be things otherwise inaccessible. But, I mean, I can access stuff here, so... I see no reason not to just activate everything. Once we've entered this space. Yeah. I mean, I'm not immediately killed, so that's a good sign. Oh, hey. Should probably read this. Oh, of course, it's in code. Okay. Only the knowledgeable ones may proceed. Only the knowledgeable ones may proceed. Oh. Head to the... Oh, head to the stand and enter the code. Yeah, that is the same message. Ah, interesting. That is the same message as in the room with the stand where I entered the code and probably got a confirmation sound. So, is this what this unlocked, actually? I mean, I'm guessing, yeah, this clue is here. It's the same clue as we get in that room. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, we still don't have a map for this. Oh, what? There was a secret passage? Uh-oh. That looks like the deadly ghost in the corridor, except it's not moving. But I am a little bit afraid of touching it. So... let's... Oh no. This is not where we came from. Oh god. It's this kind of maze, huh? Hi there. So... I'm guessing there is no point in trying to, like, use some sort of left or right-hand rule or anything. I mean, I suppose I could still try that. What is this? Is this oh, that's something. That sure is something. That's a portal. Oh no. Really? Any crumbly floor here? I guess I'll just keep... I don't know. Just keep walking left or moving to the top left. Because I might as well. Oh, except I can't. I suppose I can try using them like a left-hand rule, left wall rule, whatever. Even though I'm obviously... Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea where I'm gonna end up. Okay, that was a secret passage of some sort. We have a save point in here. That is interesting. Do we have a boss fight in here? Oh. Well, top left it is. I guess top first, left second? When in doubt? Because I have to choose something, right? You know, I also feel like I was starting to talk about something, and then I got distracted by this whole mess. There's another teleporter. Is this actually the same room as before? Oh. Yeah, actually it might be. Okay, so that's a teleport. That little almost invisible dot. Actually, we have gone through here. So is this consistent, though? It is. At least for now. Okay, well, I went up that one time. This is new. Oh. Actually, maybe there's only a handful of rooms and they're just connected in different ways, because I think this is maybe back in a place I've been to, or is it? Actually, I'm not so sure. Oh, and this is back at the... No, this is not the entrance. Wait. I mean, it looks like the entrance, except there is no computer. But this is the room we were literally just in. So what about this? Does that mean anything, that icon there? Is this crumbly? No. Huh. Well, up it is. Oh. Okay. We have the same symbol on both sides of that screen transition, for what it's worth. And it might not actually be worth anything, for all I know. Right, so anyway, I think what I was starting to say at some point is just that, yeah, I mean, I can only assume that we actually did unlock access to this place by entering the code, so I guess it was actually successful. Maybe that would have just been a barrier blocking us, but we would have been able to reach a computer giving us that hint, I suppose. Anyway, I suppose I'm glad I did that beforehand and didn't have to backtrack from here. Okay, we're actually, yeah, this is back at the beginning. Okay, so the face at the beginning does not actually have red eyes. This does look otherwise similar, though. Hello? DLLU. No U. DLLU? You know what? I'm gonna write this down because I have no idea if this could maybe be useful or important or whatever. DLLU. Okay. Oh. Slowly sliding down the wall and then missing my stop. Oh well. We have been in here? Have we? Actually, well, I have no idea. Oh, I cannot return that way. That's interesting. Huh. Oh, okay, this is this space. I see. I have to learn... Oh, it's actually just blocking. I didn't expect it to be solid. That's a surprise. Hi? What? ESA. Environmental Station Alpha. You're not hostile? I can talk to you, actually. I miss my friends. Like the other weird creatures? But you're the fifth one, if you're one of them. ESA, I mean... Okay, I write that down, but that is obviously just the name of the game. Are we recording, by the way? Yes. Good. Very good. Okay. I miss my friends. ESA. Okay. Oh, it's back in this room. I mean, we've definitely been here. Of course, with teleporter mazes like this, which is basically what this is, I guess. It's so easy to fall into a pattern where you think you've checked out a certain exit or checked out a certain teleport, and thus you keep avoiding it. Oh, this face is not solid. Okay, so not even that is consistent. Even when you've never actually taken it, it's yeah, it's tough. I think oh god. See, in this case, I'm not sure. Did I enter from the bottom right or from the bottom? I think I'm probably from the bottom right. I'm not sure if I ever fell down here. Oh, okay, we fell through those. Definitely been... I've entered this from this side. But of course this place is also non-Euclidean, so... Wait. Oh, did I not break that? I guess not. Oh. Please be useful. Write the 3 initials of the name at the told spot. Write the 3 initials of the name at the told spot. So, wait, do I just enter ESA? I mean, the 3 initials of the name, that's ESA. At the told spot. Is that the solution to the signs? Well, it's easy enough to double check as soon as we find our way out of here. Although I guess, I mean, technically I could just reload. I don't have to get out of here. Although I did find my way to the entrance at some point, so it's possible. I mean, I'm assuming it's not necessary to have actually read these clues. To have interacted with the computers, you know? Although it's possible that that sets a flag of some sort. So I'll still try to find my way out. But, yeah, it's easy enough to check, I suppose, if indeed the crystal next to the laser is one of the signs. Or one of the sign locations, or whatever. Okay, well that would explain why nothing happened, because I definitely did not try typing ESA randomly, so yeah. Okay, this is actually leading back to the correct space. Oh. That's a trap, though. Or... dead end, hello. Where's this place? Have we been here? Yeah, it's another face that thankfully does not kill me. Honestly, I'm a little bit surprised that it doesn't. I don't think I've been here. Or maybe in this top section? Hard to tell. Oh no, so many potential new exits. Oh, that leads back here? Wait, what? Okay. I suppose that is where I came in, possibly. Okay, enemies are back. Wonderful. I mean, I guess we have what we came for, unless there is something else to find in here. No, obviously, I don't remember how I got back to the entrance. Oh, it was not long after finding the save point. Also, I forgot that I actually saved in here, so no reloading for me. To take the easy way out. I have to find the exit. Oh yeah. Well, this is not where I wanted to be. Okay. Well, I definitely did take this teleport at some point. That led me here. Yep. Well, initially though, I guess I went this way. Oh, that led me to this dead end. And this leads back to a different room. No, it's the same room. And back to this one. Yep. And now we're at that spot that I was talking about, where I'm not sure which exits I have and haven't taken. I did try falling down there, so let's actually fall down here this time. This is not the entrance. It's a place that looks very similar to it. It has the eyes on the face. And this is the same room, I think? Maybe? Yeah, I think so. Okay, well, that was not the way. What about here? I don't think I've ever taken this path. Oh. Okay, didn't expect that. Well, we're back here now. Oh no, wait, are there actually any other exits? Yes, there's up here, I guess. No, this is where I entered. No, it's not! It's... I see, that's where my confusion stems from. So, what about going through here then? It goes into this dead end. Oh my god. And that's another dead end. And... uh-oh. Wait. Wait, what? Oh. Alright. Very funny game. Have I taken this exit? No, definitely not. That crumbles through here and I'm back here. Wonderful. Okay. I know I found the entrance again not very long after getting the save point. Oh. That's down here. That's back to the save point. Interesting. So, what if I fall down here? Ouch, whatever. That's back to the save point. Please, just get me out of here. This is the worst. I mean, it's not the worst. I kind of enjoy it, but it is starting to drag a little bit. Just the sheer madness of it is what I'm enjoying, not the actually being lost part. Although, you know, it is funny that just knowing that I found my way to the exit once, and now I'm just in this, caught in this very trap that I know exists, but, you know, I'm still powerless to do anything about it. It's just, you know, the beauty of the human brain, I guess, and mine in particular. Not that I'm claiming my brain to be particularly beautiful, but it's the one I have to work with, you know. This is almost right. Almost, but not quite. Actually, hold on. I know I did go this way at some point. Oh. Oh, and that leads back to the entrance. Perfect. Not sure if that's what I did, but I think I actually did. Because, yeah, I went up where that circular symbol was, and there was a corresponding symbol where I exited, but I think it was a dead end, so I just went back, and that's how I got back. Yep. So, definitely saving here. And, well, I suppose let's just head straight up here. Stand on the pointy thing. And I'm not going to do anything special, just... Okay. Just enter ESA and some creepy eyes appear. I can only assume that is what I want. Okay. Right, and of course one of the blocks is missing because there are only 13 clues. Well, the one mega clue as to that tells you what to even do with the rest of the clues. But yes, only 13 blocks to remove. Only, only 13, I say. Well, now only 12. Okay, good. That is very good to know, though. Right, and now we want to actually just play it super safe. Save this. And I was gonna say, I mean, if I'm going to start my huge backtracking journey now, I might as well, pause right here. But there might be something to find right where we emerge, basically, so I might as well check that out. These are the correct items? Yes, didn't die. Good. This is a little bit tedious, unfortunately, but, it's fine. I guess I don't really have to do this very many times at all. Okay, awesome. Made progress. Of course, there's still the small problem of not actually knowing what to do with a couple of the clues, but again, if I need to look them up, so be it. Oh, you know what? We cannot actually exit the way I came in here. That is a bit unfortunate that they didn't put another switch on the side. So I cannot actually check out that platform right away. Is there anything else in the temple? Oh yeah, actually there is. So, there we go. The dome part is actually up here. That's where the broken dome is. Can I just jump up there? Like, right through... I totally can. Oh god, yep. Death traps everywhere. All these enemies. Those can be destroyed. What is this? Oh, I can't stand here, so... Yep, that was it. Okay. That is peculiar looking and... Oh, actually, never mind. I had totally seen this before, of course. This is what I thought was... looked like some sort of, clawed hand with bloody fingers. Right. Also, there's some weird collision going on with this broken section here. I mean, I guess they just want to make sure that you don't try to, float out into space there. So that's just blocked off, even though that makes no sense, obviously. I mean, it's the opposite of blocked off, really. Or it should be. But okay, anyway. I suppose I should keep track of what clues I have used. So 9 is done. Ancient ruins covered by glass. That's the final one. Done. Awesome. Only 11 more to go. Now, overhang above. Advice to be patient. Yeah, not sure about this one. Where eagles stare. That might be on the ledge. That might be over here. But it also might be literally where the eagle is, so somewhere over here. I guess that's where I'm gonna make my way next. Because, it's pretty easy to reach from the temple. But first, just double checking. What else might be nearby? On the spot of what was stolen, that is all the way down here. Like, here, specifically. Yeah, I suppose I'm gonna have to go from this teleport again. Not a huge deal. At the circular window to the vastness of space. I was thinking of this room here. There is that, well, that's an observation deck where you can see the vastness of space. It's kind of circular in a way. So maybe that's the only idea I have, although I'm totally expecting there to be more, or probably a more fitting place. I don't know. I'll check it out though. Yeah, even if it's a bit of a climb from all the way down here. But again, I can always not save in the actual ship and, reload if it's a failure. At the bottom of the world, that one's easy. That has to be down here. In a mass of sand on a plant under siege, that would be this room? Yeah, I think that's the bottom of this room that I'm thinking of. Otherwise, there is a sandpit here, I think. Not sure if there's a plant, though. But yeah, again, only so many sandpits, so that should be relatively easy. Hidden away above a vertical power. Well, that one, I'm not sure. There is the elevator. Huh. Could it be where the riddle hint is? That would be funny. I guess while I'm in the temple, I'm gonna check this out. Not sure if vertical power really makes that much sense for an elevator, though. But what else could it be? Vertical power. What's a vertical power? I mean, the other thing I was thinking of is, you know, there's some currents in this section here, right? Some vertical currents here by the save room. And probably in many other places too. But, yeah, that one's, again, a bit puzzling. On a ledge over water under a glass dome. I mean, presumably up here or up here. Or maybe up here. That's definitely a small glass dome and there's water underneath. So, one of these places. Not a lot of water up here, but I guess I'm gonna double check. There wasn't any water here, but we also had another clue here, and I'm expecting, you know, I'm not expecting to find 2 clues or 2 signs in the same room, necessarily. On metal at the first steps of the road you can never complete, yeah, no idea about that one. Stands in front of creature long forgotten, that one is actually... That one's actually this room here? I think. It might be this room. Or this room. One of these two. I want to say it's this one. So, yeah, that's actually kind of convenient to get right after the after this one here. So that's not so bad. And finally, the first one. I don't know why I went from the bottom to the top this time around. Is at the center of the submerged arena. I mean, yeah, that basically... I mean, it doesn't have to be here, but it seems like it pretty much has to be here. So, yeah. Okay. So, what's that mean in terms of my route? Well, first of all, I guess I'm gonna go save here, and then I'm gonna go and try to remember how I got into the riddle room in the first place. Was it just past the mystery orb? I think so, actually. Pretty much has to be, right? I think I just entered from the right side. So, why don't I go ahead and just go there? Actually, what's the timer say? 43 minutes. Yeah, no, you know what? I would like to finish all the clues in this episode, so in order to make it not go super long, I'm gonna actually start jump cutting now. Okay, and we're up here, and as you can see, the eye has already appeared. I was you know, wondering whether I should include the attempt on video, but I mean, there's... oh, yeah, and also, by the way, the fact that I'm here and not in the riddle room obviously tells you that there wasn't anything there. I did check out the room, but there was a statue in there, which I tried inputting the code at, just in case it might be the forgotten creature. There's also like some sort of shriveled up husk of some sort of creature in the entrance corridor of the temple. So I tried there as well for the, you know, forgotten creature. But no such luck. And then I tried just standing here on the eagle platform. This is literally where I entered it. So, you know, obviously the act of entering the letters, you can't see that anyway, so... And all that happens is an eye appears, as we've already seen. So I feel like it's okay to just include success and skip all the failure, again, just in the interest of, you know, saving everyone's time. So, yeah, just so you know. Anyway, that is where eagles stare. So the eagle definitely was the clue there. Happy it was that obvious. Now I suppose I'm looking for ledges above water under a glass dome, although I don't think I'm gonna find that here. Right. But yeah, anyway, I'll pause again and see you at the next clue. Okay, nice. I was at first I tried entering the code above where the actual teleporter is, because I didn't remember exactly what this room looked like. But thankfully, when I came down here and I saw there's a partial glass dome, and this is over water. Yeah, thankfully this turned out to be correct. I actually checked out a couple of places on the way here, down from the jungle sector, with no success. And I'm really glad that the game does not punish you for entering ESA in random places. That would be wouldn't be great if you took 1 damage every single time you just tried. Thankfully, it's not quite that cruel. Anyway, that is which one? Where is it? Come on. What? Wait. Oh, there it is. A ledge over water under a glass dome. Clue number 4. Okay, nice. Another one down. That's 4 done. Yay. 9 more to go. Right? Yes. Sounds about right. Okay. Moving on. Wow, okay. I was really not sure about this one, but I'm so glad I was right. Assuming this is the circular window to space, and not something else. I've also been reading all the computers I've come across, just in case one of them mentions patience in some way, because, yeah, that's obviously one of the clues that I really have no idea about. Diagnose the virus affecting those robots we found. It's actually really cool, kind of like a living organism. Yeah, existence. Wonder who coded this. Sophisticated. Yeah, okay, no mention of anything of the sort, but there is this circular window, yeah. I mean, when you're standing in front of it, it looks like a circle, obviously. From the side, it's we see that it's actually a half sphere, but details, close enough. This has to be that one, which is circular window, clue number 10. Done. Awesome. Yeah, a bit of a trip, but honestly really not nearly as bad as I thought. Again, it turns out being able to fly helps a lot with moving around places. Who would have thought? Okay, I mean, if I've ever seen a suspicious-looking place, I mean, I suppose it's a boss arena, but, still. Yeah, Submerged Arena. This is, like, I mean, such a nice centered position. I'm willing to chance it and record the input of the code live. I know, it's exciting stuff. Ha! There we go. Awesome. Oh, there are even eyes down here. I suppose in case... Oh, that's... No, actually, you would have seen them both. Yeah, I suppose it did mention the submerged part, so I guess someone might have entered it down here. I'm guessing there is some... Actually, I don't know. Maybe I should have... You know what? I should experiment at some point with one of the places I'm sure about. I should see how far away you can be and still activate it. Maybe you just need to be in the room and seeing the place that the clue refers to. But I don't know how tight it is. Maybe you have to be standing on the correct platform and, within a couple of tiles anyway. Okay. That is clue number 1, actually. Making some good progress here. Yeah, I suppose from here I'm actually going to have to backtrack a bit and then teleport somewhere else. As opposed to... So far I haven't really been teleporting around much. I've basically just been walking, also in hopes of maybe just stumbling across, the vertical power one, the message about patience, I guess the road one can never complete. I really hope something is going to ring a bell there, or, well, not ring a bell, but, well, I suppose in a way. I'm just going to have some sort of... make some sort of connection suddenly by seeing something. That would be nice, but I'm not sure about that one. Anyway. Yep, anyway. Pausing again. Okay, might as well continue with an easy one. This is, pretty much the bottom of the station. Well, I mean, I suppose... Okay. I don't know if I need to be at the very bottom. What's this one? What did this one say? It is all clear now. Everything was caused by the virus-ridden AI system. Yes. It was much too well guarded. No hope of ever destroying it. Okay. I mean, let's try it here. Well, no, ice appeared. Oh, never mind. Ice did appear. So maybe it really just has to be in the same room. Yeah, I mean the eyes are here, so... Yeah, and up there as well, just to make it clear. Gotcha. Thanks for at least being pretty straightforward about this game. That is appreciated. Can we get to another one, like, immediately? Where I don't need to jump cut? Well, first of all... the bottom of the world, number 7. There we go. Mass of sand. Creature long forgotten, assuming that's correct. Oh, actually, wait. Oh yeah, actually this one. Let's check this one out. Just to mix things up a little bit, I suppose. Didn't really need to destroy that thing, but whatever. This is the top of the room with the sandpit and the sandworm. And hopefully I'm remembering correctly about the plant. I suppose I could have just sunk down through there if I wanted to. No, it's not a plant. Wow. Okay, I could have sworn. A plant under siege. Never mind then. Not actually it. Oh. Well, that's too bad. I could have sworn there was like a plant and you were standing, or some sort of mushroom, or maybe, or something like that maybe, where you stand on the, you know, mushroom heads or the leaves of the plant. Nope, it's just platforms. Well then, so much for that great idea I had. But again, there are only so many sandpits, so let's just check some more of them, I guess. Okay, I hadn't really planned on going here, but I found myself kind of nearby, so, you know, finally checking out this nowhere room again. Well, I mean, there is that little creature fishing. There's a save point that isn't accessible, right? And there is a one-way barrier to drop down through from the save point. But no way up, I'm pretty sure. Also, there's this computer that I completely forgot about. 4 pillars, 4 locked gates. Meddling with things one doesn't understand won't do any good. That's all it says, huh? Okay. Oops, sorry, fish. Sorry, fishing guy, for killing your one potential prey. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I thought I tried shooting everything in this room the first time I got here, but I suppose I didn't have the supercharge and things, so... Yep, well... Nothing here. I don't know. Did I try getting in from above, though? Actually, I'm not 100% sure now. Although, I mean, it's... Okay, above is just this place. Leading to this cat reader. Let's give it a quick try. Well, it's this room. Actually, I mean, there are eyes here. For what it's worth. I don't suppose... What? Oh, there's spiders. I also forgot about spiders. Great. ESA. No additional eyes popped up. Yeah, no, nothing here. Okay, never mind then. Yeah, just figured I'd show that nowhere room again. After, you know, it's been a while. All right, this is where the supercharger was stolen, and oh, okay. Maybe in cases like this. Ah, yeah, okay. So sometimes you have to be very precise, I guess. In other cases, the game is going to be more lenient. Fair enough. But yeah, that one was pretty obvious. I guess the next one is super nearby. Assuming I'm correct. Last time was a bit of a bust, so... But I'm still going to be unreasonable, I guess, and try this again. Or not again, but... Wait, we want to actually hit... Key? Forgot how to actually navigate this room. Yeah. Right, this room. Need to destroy that thing. Go. This should be where the statues. It is. Yeah, there is a kind of similar pattern in the wall. I don't know, that's what I was thinking of. It's not actually the same, though. I mean, I didn't think it was the same. Either way. Nice. Oh, that's a perfect spot for the eye too. Awesome. Okay, good. Great. That's the... I mean, that has to be the forgotten creature. Clue. Spot of what was stolen. Right, and that actually only leaves the one about the metal at the first steps of the uncompletable road. The vertical power... The mass of sand. Well, that one I'm sure I'm gonna find. And then the overhang above the advice. And that's it. Four left. One of them I know I'm gonna find. The advice about patience, I probably read that at some point. I mean, I can only assume. You know, it's... Unless it's kind of hidden away somewhere, surely I would not have missed a computer, right? So, either it's in a room that I literally haven't been to, and that seems increasingly unlikely, or it's a computer that I did read at some point and just forgot about. So I feel perfectly fine reading up on that one. But again, I'm perfectly fine with looking up the remaining clues if I can't find them anyway, but yeah. One of the 4 remaining ones I'm gonna keep looking for, and keeping an eye open for anything that seems like it might be a vertical power. Hidden away above a vertical power. It's like in a secret room above. Yeah, but I did try the riddle room above the elevator. I don't know why I keep coming back to an elevator. Is there something else obvious that might be described as a vertical power? I mean, I don't know. If there is, it's not that obvious to me, obviously. So yeah, maybe I'm just... I mean, probably all of these, in hindsight, I'm probably gonna feel like they're all obvious. But, you know, this is not hindsight, unfortunately, this is foresight, so... Anyway, shouldn't waste time rambling. I'm gonna look for that sandpit, I suppose, keeping an eye open for the other things, reading anything I come across just in case, and, you know, for the patience clue. And, yeah, I guess I'll see you at the sandpit. And anything else I might find, of course, but we'll see. Maybe I'll have to look at the final 3 ones, and, you know, that's fine. Okay, so here we have a room full of sand with a bunch of plants. So let's see. Not this one, I guess. I really hope it's one of these, though. Under Siege. I mean, they're... I don't know. I don't know about Under Siege. They're enemies. But not one of the big worms. However... Oh, actually, isn't the big worm underneath in this otherwise completely useless room? Oh, is there a plant in here? Please tell me there is a single plant. This has to be it. There is! That's it. Awesome. Get me out of here. Uh-oh. Wait, you can't dash into the sand from below, and then you have to actually mash jump to get out. Fair enough. Okay, awesome. So, I'm also glad to find that that room does indeed have a use. Because, yeah, as a trap, it's just, you know, completely pointless. Awesome. That's really great. That didn't take long to find either. Which of course also means that I didn't really have much of a chance to find anything about the other places. Now the question is, do I just go ahead and look them up, or do I run around just hoping to run into them? To run into something and then recognize it as such? That's the other thing, of course. Maybe I've come across one of these places and I just didn't realize. That would suck. That would be just unfortunate. The thing is, I just don't know. No, you know what? I'm not gonna be silly. I know it's not quote-unquote legitimate, and if anyone has a problem with that, sorry, but, you know, I feel like I've achieved most of it, and I could literally read, you know, I could just go ahead and go to literally every single room systematically, and I would eventually find them, right? So it's just a matter of patience and time, and I do consider myself quite patient, but time is limited, and you know, I would like to move on with my life and the game. So, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and look up the final 3 clues, and I hope I'm gonna be able to avoid any other spoilers, but we'll see. Yeah, anyway, I guess we're gonna be back at whichever one of these, of the remaining clues, is the easiest or closest to get to, I suppose. Okay, and I'm back armed with new knowledge. And, well, it's, you know, I'm kind of happy-ish to report that it's a bit of a mixed bag. The three remaining secrets are, well, one of them is absolutely painfully obvious in hindsight. And I really should have figured out this one. I have no excuse for this one. Other than just, you know, having massive tunnel vision, I suppose. Another one is, as I expected, the one about the advice to be patient. It's a clue that I must have read at some point, but it's been, you know, forever ago, and it's one of those very few places that I have not actually re-traveled in one of my recent puzzle-solving endeavors. However, it's also, funnily enough, a place that I was meaning to go to, I just didn't. And if I had done that, I've talked about going there multiple times. And if I had done that, I would have probably found the clue, and, you know, that one would have been another easy one. But as it is, it's just a matter of having forgotten about something I technically knew at some point, I guess. That being said, the clue itself, well, I mean... Okay, no, actually, the interesting part is that the list that I found about the clues lists a different clue. But, you know, I know it has to be that one. Obviously, it's the same number, and I confirmed the coordinates. It's that room. Well, specifically, it's, so you know what I'm talking about, it's after the hook shot. So it's supposed to be, I think, up here in this corner. And I think I remember there being a computer at the bottom of this room. And I don't remember exactly what it says, but probably something about patience. The thing is that the original clues, the original clue, I guess it was changed at some point, used to say something about a red lesson in movement? Red lesson in movement? And I'm not sure why they changed it. Maybe that was not obvious enough. I mean, obviously, it wasn't obvious enough for me, even after the change, but whatever. So apparently it's here. And, you know, I was talking about going back to this place, and because I still think this is where that, you know, some sort of boss-related challenge is. And I meant to go back there, I never did. Anyway, yeah, so we're gonna head over there. Right now, I'm at the painful one. Dash Booster V, vertical dash boost, vertical power. It literally has vertical in the name. I mean, I guess it's, you know, it's abbreviated as a V here, but vertical. That I should have made that connection, I feel. Anyway, it says above it. This is above where I found it. Okay. Is it literally where you found it? I guess it's literally above. In this room. Oh, this room. This was otherwise... Yeah, this was otherwise pointless, of course. Dang it, I didn't even think about that. I suppose some of the locations haven't necessarily been, you know, very hidden or anything. And they have been places where we did something earlier. But, yeah, this is one of those places that otherwise didn't have a use until now. Didn't even think about that. About, you know, approaching the solution that way. But, oh well, we got that one now, at least. Yeah, this one I should have figured out. No excuse about that one. Yeah, again, the one about patience, or let alone the earlier clue, I just would have forgotten by now. Also, you know, partially because I'm playing... God, I'm trying to... Yeah, okay. Trying to cross things off my list while talking. Not a good idea. There we go. Also, partially because the way I'm playing the game means that I'm playing it over a much longer period of time than I normally would. Playing it, you know, just on my own time. Probably would have completed the game within a week or so of, you know, concentrated playing, as opposed to over, I don't know, a month and a half or so. I don't really know when I started. Probably more like 2 months at this point. Or longer than that? I don't know. A long time. Definitely a much longer time than the typical person would spend playing the game, and thus, obviously, it's been much longer than it would normally have been since I read that clue. Anyway, I never talked about the remaining one. The one about the road you can never complete. And that's the one that I would never in 1,000 years have gotten. I mean, it kind of makes sense, but it's a kind of clue I feel that only makes sense in hindsight. And yeah, that one would have needed to be much, much clearer for me to figure out. I'm definitely have no shame about having looked that up, whatever. And that one is on the surface of the planet. I suppose, yeah, there's that ending where you just wait for eternity, I suppose. So in a way, it's a road that you could never complete. I guess that's what it's talking about, what it's referring to. But I mean, is that something you can figure out from this clue? Metal at the first steps on the road one can never complete. Yeah. Also, I think I'm gonna actually have to go through the dash maze again, which I'm not particularly happy about. Where I found the clue, it says yes. It literally says yes. You have to go through the dash maze again. So that's fantastic. Oh boy. But I'll save that one for last. Anyway, I've been talking and talking, making this episode longer than I was intending to, but it's fine. I'm gonna just go ahead and make my way to the lava sector to get that one out of the way. Take a look at that grappling hook section from all those years ago, all those months ago. And yeah, I guess while I'm there, I'll also take another look at the boss thing to see what that's all about. At this point, I mean, might as well, right? Okay, and we're up here in this room. And there's the computer. However, actually, looking at this is a bit of a mean one. Because when I was here, obviously I wouldn't have been able to dash through this. So unless there's some other way into that place, I did not actually read this computer. So, okay, fair enough. The thing is, unless you're making your way up to this place here, which is the boss thing I was talking about, yeah, unless you make your way there, you have really no reason to ever be in this room again. So that's really a mean one. Okay, I mean, I'll double check. Maybe I did read this one, but maybe not. There are the sun, the moon, and the stars. Oh no, it is that clue. There is a clue to it, and it is okay. Fair enough. The sun, the moon, and the stars. Gaze at the one that is unlike the others. The moon. Oh yeah, of course. Sun and stars are both stars. The moon is a planetoid. Gaze without hurry, without moving. Okay, so what was that about? A red... What? A red lesson in movement? That was the original clue, apparently. I mean, according to the list I found online, which is apparently based on an older version of the game. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that was just a mistake? And that's why it was fixed? Because there seems to be no relation to that whatsoever, unless this clue was also changed. Yeah. Well, the sun, the moon, and the stars. Yep. Gaze at the one that's unlike the others, the moon. Just stand there. Gotcha. Although it kind of suggests to maybe look up, and I suppose it doesn't matter. You can look up or down, it doesn't matter. Okay, well, yeah, that's a message about patience. Sure, or advice to be patient, I suppose. Would I have made that connection necessarily? I don't know, maybe. I definitely would have remembered this clue if I had ever found it. Because that would have been, very useful in actually solving that puzzle, not accidentally. But, oh well. So here it says something like, there's nothing to see here, you're not ready to face this challenge. Leave and return only once you've beaten all your foes. That being said, wait, was there? Oh, wasn't there a barrier here? It seems you're worthy of attempting to best this challenge. Go further to the right only if you're certain of your abilities. I'm absolutely not. To the right lies the Boss Rush Challenge simulation. Oh. In it, you will fight against all the 15 strongest enemies you've seen on the station. That's exactly what I need. Wonderful. I was thinking of some sort of hidden super boss, I guess. That's what I was speculating at the time. A boss rush, though. Oh, God. The bosses are probably my least favorite part of the game, just because I'm not good at them. I mean, I appreciate them for, looking cool, and it does feel good to finally beat them, but, I'm just... The experience of doing so is not the most fun part for me. This kind of game is always about the exploration and, solving mysteries. And, boss fights are really only an obstacle to overcome in that pursuit, and not something I actively seek out. So, yeah. I guess I'm gonna take a look. Anyway, note though that this challenge doesn't give any new information on any of the mysteries left. Okay, thanks for making that absolutely clear. It is meant to be purely a source of entertainment. If you find that kind of thing entertaining, enter at your own risk. Okay, gotcha. Thanks for making it absolutely clear. Oh, wait, I have literally no upgrades. Oh no. Oh no. I guess the good news is that this guy is pretty simple. Oh no. Dang it. Yeah, I thought he was gonna bounce. I do have all my health, I suppose that helps, but it only helps if I'm... I mean, it doesn't help if I don't heal between bosses, and I probably don't. That would feel too easy. Oh. Hold on. I think I did get healed. God. Ugh. Did we fight this thing without any upgrades? Come on, surely you're gonna have to give me at least what I had at the time, right? Like, didn't I have a double jump? I really don't remember when I got that one. Yeah, just stand here. Oh no! If I had just been more aggressive on the first cycle, that would have been it. Okay. There we go. Okay. Well, that one wasn't so bad. I suppose it was the second boss, the first proper boss. So there's that. Oh yeah, okay. This time I saw it for sure. Oh no, this boss. Oh god. And again, no upgrade. Wait, oh, never mind. We have double jump now. I'm blind. I was so focused on the health number going up by 2 in this case. Okay. Yeah, okay. That's... Obviously, I don't remember the patterns for these earlier bosses necessarily, so definitely not for this one. Even though it took me so long to finally defeat it. Oh, right, double jump. Should probably try to make use of that. The one movement ability I actually have. This is, yeah, just as bad as the first time around, except I seem to remember having a lot of trouble dodging those, or, taking a lot of damage from those explodey things. Yeah, okay, this one that seems to be faster than I can run away from, so not sure about that one. Oh. Are you gonna come down or something? What is that? Oh, laser, wonderful. Wait, do I... Oh, I destroyed this? Yeah, I don't remember anything about this fight. Ouch. Now what? What? Wait. What is this? What does this do? Oh, is that damaging it? Is that just all it is? It is, okay. So you just have to... It just forces you to go back and forth through this room, dodging all this crap. Okay, well, yeah, that was costly. But honestly, I'm surprised I made it as far as as this. Oh, we got... No? God, come on, status. I cannot. What is the second upgrade? Grapple. Oh, yeah. Cool. Not immediately useful. Jellyfish? Oh, Goliath jelly. Right, no free swimming, for what it's worth. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Wait, oh, and right, those things don't actually hurt you until they explode. I remember. God, this is... I didn't remember this fight being quite so tough. Didn't I have didn't I have... Not double jump, what's it called? Charge shot? Not quite the same as double jump, oh god, yeah, this is not going great. Uh-oh. It's gonna explode. It's fine. Yeah, if you could stop in a place where I can just sit there and wail at you, that would be much appreciated. Kill it! Okay, wow. Yeah, I lost another 4 health. So 2 effectively, I guess, if I heal 2 every time. Yes. This time, anyway. Oh, we got 2 upgrades. Oh, we can charge. Yay. And we have... Oh, the propeller? Yeah, I suppose. We would have gotten it there. Yep, sure enough. I guess that helps with this boss. Where do I even... Oh, yeah, I forget. It only becomes vulnerable after a certain time. Right. And you have to actually charge to damage it, too. Oh god. And actually focusing on dodging would also help. And it's back to being invulnerable again. Oh, the wave hurts you, because of course it would. Oh, yep. Fantastic. Well, this is obviously going to be where I die. No. No question about that. Wait, except I totally wasn't paying attention to its health whatsoever. Oh. And I also forgot that it had a second phase. Right. Yeah, this one. The one where it's actually kind of tricky to hit because of the random stopping and the increased speed of movement. Yeah. Okay, well. Which one is this? Boss number 5 out of 15 or so? Was it number 5? Drone. Queen Beetle. Jellyfish? No, Scrapper. Yeah, of course. Scrapper, Jellyfish. Yeah, 5th boss. Hey, not bad. I mean, I didn't beat it. But I made it to phase 2. Yeah, okay. Well, that's the boss rush. Never attempting that again, that's for sure. Sorry about that. If you were looking forward to if you're looking forward to me, you know, fighting my way through all of those bosses yet again, no chance whatsoever. And those were the easy ones. I mean, not the Scrapper unit. That one sucks, but yeah. Anyway, speaking of things I hope never to have to do again, I guess I have to make my way to the bottom of the, not the bottom, to the, yeah, well, to the surface of the planet again. That's fantastic. Anyway, Patience Clue, done. The other one I already crossed off the list. Yes, only one left. The most difficult to get back to, and the most difficult to figure out. Literally impossible to figure out, as far as I'm concerned. Okay, anyway, yeah, I guess I'll just make my way back there and see you in a second. Hey, look where I am, at the end of the Spike Maze. Hallelujah. I actually spent some time Googling for a way to maybe skip this once you've done it once. Nope, no such luck. At least not that I could find. Anyway, so I made my way through here twice, in fact, because I literally made it here once and died on the spikes right to the next, right to me. Yes, right next to me, the ones at the ceiling. Because I dashed the final dash, I somehow managed to dash up one final time, as opposed to left to save the safety of this tunnel. And the funny part is, I wish I had recorded it because I literally. I did that, and then I literally made it here the next attempt. This is literally the next attempt. So yeah, I guess I did get better at it, but I really did struggle with the first parts. So yeah. Okay. So you're supposed to go to the surface of the planet. This better work, dude. That's all I'm saying. I really hope they didn't change this. I mean, there is a secret indicator up there. I suppose this whole part is, this whole area is part of the secret ending or whatever post-game. Uh-oh. ESA. Metal on the first step. ESA, dude. Please. No way. Is there metal here? What's going on there? What is that? Is that a teleporter back to the game? That's interesting. I mean, I saved here now. Oh, wait. I didn't really think about it before I did it. Oh god. ESA, come on. What is this? That brings you back here. Okay. In case you somehow maybe forgot to pick up the key and left or something. Okay. We don't want to be here though. Still 102% for what's worth. At least we know that we have a way back. I mean, that's really good to know, but on metal, at the first steps on the road one can never complete. Okay. I suppose the ending only starts once you walk over it this way. There is metal. There is probably one piece of metal here. One. There we go. That should be the final one. God, I was really getting a bit anxious here. I mean, I had no real reason to mistrust the clues I looked up, but still, after all this, I was not ready to just accept this being for nothing. I'm also quite happy that I ended up saving this one for last, because, oh boy, am I in the mood for a break right now, after having made it through the spikes yet again. I mean, it didn't take nearly as long as the first time around, but still, it was still, no more fun than the first time around either, so there's that. Yeah, okay. Anyway, that should be all the clues. I'm gonna end this episode here. It's become much longer than I expected it would be, for various reasons, I guess. But that's okay. I don't think there's really anything to cut down on, so yeah, it's what it is. And next time, I suppose, we'll make our way back to the clock room, or rather, no, to the crystal cave, I suppose. And we should find the path in the top right open to us. And I guess we'll find out what that leads to. If it leads straight to the third? Yes, third ending. I really hope I'm doing this for a special ending that's going to be, an actual good ending. Or, something similarly rewarding. Anyway. But anyway, if we just find another ending past there, I suppose it's going to make for a short little bonus episode. But we'll see. We will see what we find. Anyway, for the time being, I thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and I shall see you real soon. Bye-bye.